Hey there, this is K4A, Knowledge for All, educational videos and tutorials. In this video today we're going to talk about Firefox web browser Mozilla and how Firefox first introduced the terms of use, then changed them, and how they actually are not so good anymore on data protection. They removed this statement that they never sell and never will sell your data. This is not actually statement anymore on their site. They removed this. They also had some issues with what kind of license you give them by using their web browser and putting information in it. So that were the main issues that drove people angry and mad at them, and that is the long story short for this video. So if you are a user or want to become one, I guess it's not recommended anymore. At least for me, I am also going to change my web browser, and those are all important issues because they're not unfortunately new in terms of general scope and general big companies and so on. We have talked about that with Facebook or Meta, Amazon or Epic and stuff like that. They more or less all try to push same agenda and patterns, but again this is about web browsers, so let's talk about that. So first thing, for all of you who by some chance don't know what the web browser is, just Google for web browser or Firefox as I did, and you will get probably one of the first search result will be Wikipedia, and it clearly says Mozilla Firefox, or simply Firefox, is a free and open source web browser developed by the Mozilla Foundation and so on. So Firefox is a free and open source web browser. Very interesting now what the web browser is. Web browser is a program, application, which is used to show internet to you, to show internet pages, web pages, websites, and so on. So all the text you see here, and images and animations and videos and so on, someone has to render that, to show you that, to create that on the page, as the page on your monitor on your computer on for you to see it, and that takes code to show it, and that code should and could and should be updated from time to time, because not only because there is lots of data on the internet and you have to create privacy protection and data protection for all of that, but also because standards for images, videos, text and so on change from time to time, so you need to be updated on all of those, and code and programs have to be updated and created new to create new images or videos formats and so on, like videos become bigger and different video formats and so on. Same with images and text. So what I want to say is that they are programs and they require work and effort and so on. So it's not something you get just like that. So someone has to create it, and it takes lots of work. So that makes another question raise up instantly: how they are free, and why is someone giving us that for free? They are free in terms of you can download them and install them for free, but on the other side they take some kind of data and information from you, and as we will see today, but that's also not a mystery. All of the data you put on the internet is also used by other people, other companies and so on, and we have talked about that so many times, and we will, and in future videos, and that's what this video is also about, how much of your information privacy you are willing to give away from something else. So we have learned what the web browser is, and as you can see, other than Firefox, we also have Google Chrome, Opera, and Brave. Opera is it's interesting. It's the company behind Game Maker engine. They bought the Game Maker engine recently, not so recently, but in terms of couple of years. Okay, so if we the second step, the second thing I would like to talk about in short is statistics on web browsers. And again, you can search for browser percentage usage or whatever you want, and you should get some kind of result. Again, it's measured differently by different companies and so on, but in general their results are more or less the same. The biggest player is of course the Google Chrome, and it has more than half of the market itself. Like all other browsers together have less than Chrome alone. So that's like a monopoly, but that's not what we are going to talk about in this video. The whole idea is here we are interested in Firefox and to see where it is on this list, and it's all down with only 2%, 2.6%, which is sad and funny at the same time in terms of compared to other big players. But I just wanted to show you how things are in real world in terms of market, and that's also transferred to impact, to money, to users and so on, which doesn't mean that these browsers like Opera, Firefox, Edge and so on, they are bad or they are buggy or not working, glitching or whatever. No, but it's just like these guys from Chrome, they have so much impact from different sides, so it's just visually so obvious. They have empowered themselves, so it's here visually seen as a percentage in Chrome, but it's not like just the Chrome. The whole company behind it is so strong and powerful, so it all comes together in those numbers. It's not only one thing. So compared to Firefox and some other companies which create browsers only. On the other hand, I just also wanted to show you fast how less than 10 years ago, like in 2016, Firefox was second with almost 16%, under the Chrome with 60. So it's like 4 times less, but it looked much better than today. Like 2016 they had 16% of the market, now they have 2. So they're obviously in a problem of losing their users and becoming smaller and less important. And again, that's a complex topic. You cannot just understand it all from 2 numbers, like what's happening behind it. But again, you can understand that things are not going well for them in terms of they are becoming smaller and smaller, not bigger and stronger. So that was like 2016, so 9 years ago. Okay, so clicking on the Firefox Mozilla web page, you will see the Mozilla homepage, and the first button is to download the Firefox. Again, that's a program application. You download it, install it, and then you can surf the internet. But also there are lots of other things here, other products, about us and so on. So this is a company. It has lots of money poured in it. We will see how, and it will be also funny to see from which resources also. But the whole idea here is that they're not like when you see those stats and see 2 percentages, you maybe think they're here like a new player or whatever. No, they are old and they have a history and so on, and it's not like they popped up right now. So the first problem actually, which I would like to address, the first statement is this one. This is the statement which was available until a few days ago, before terms of use and so on, and it was actual, and it was I would say like some kind of brand identity behind the Firefox. Let's read it. Does Firefox sell your personal data? Nope, never have, never will. So again, never have, never will. Firefox never sold your data and never will. That's very, very important for indie community, for indie users, developers, and so on. So for the people who respect their privacy and data and don't want to gamble with it and don't want to share it just like that. That's why those percentages were 16% earlier and so on. So because people had trust in Firefox. But the problem, as I said, is that this statement is no longer available. It's not anymore on Firefox site, Mozilla site. It was there, now they removed it, and again, it's up to you to get the conclusion from it. I guess it doesn't have to. You don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to understand that if someone removed this, I will never sell your data, then that means they're going to sell it or they are selling it now, and so on. So there is no sane reason to remove this if everything stayed the same, but it obviously it's not the case, obviously. So people get angry, confused, mad, and so on, because why would they remove this? This is like the miles, the stepping stone on Mozilla company. And it's also very funny because they say that's a promise. So we know that promises can be broken and false, and people lie, and actually that's what happened with Mozilla. So this is the web page screenshot by a web archive site on which you, using Wayback Machine, can see how some website looked long time ago, not only long time ago. So you can see the date here in your top right corner. It says January the 30th 2025. So that was like a week ago. So a week ago on Mozilla, Firefox frequently asked questions. Below the statement and question, is Firefox safe, there was this question, does Firefox sell your data? No, never have, never will. So this was like a week ago. But now when you go to Firefox frequently asked questions, is Firefox safe? Okay, I have that question, but below I have, why is Firefox slow? Okay, here it is, why is Firefox slow? But between those two questions, is Firefox safe and why Firefox is so slow, there is another one, does Firefox sell your personal data? But now today we don't see it, it's not there anymore. So they removed it. Again, it's all clear why they do it, but somehow it's funny how they will try to wash themselves in terms of like, oh, we didn't do that because of we're selling your data now. And to get to this page, Firefox frequently asked questions, I think you click on Firefox, no, more here, I think more, yeah, more Firefox frequently asked questions, and there you go. So just to show you where you can find it, but you are not going to find this statement here. There. Okay, so that was the first problem. Again, the problem in terms of only this statement, removing this statement would be enough for almost anyone to stop using Firefox and Mozilla. But let's go further a little bit more. The whole problem and removing of this statement was actually created by introducing a terms of use which was made recently on February 26th. So again, a couple of days before a week or so. We're now on March the 4th, and they did introduced terms of use and privacy notice for Firefox on February 26th. And you can go to that page when you click on Firefox blog, I think. Yeah. So home page, then click on Firefox browsers, Firefox blog. So what is the idea here? They try to explain how this is a big deal, because they have introduced the terms of use for the first time. So before this date, February 26th, Mozilla and Firefox as a browser, they didn't have terms of use. You can use it go with the flow, to say it like that, in terms of no limits or restrictions and so on, open source, free and so on. But they now try to explain how internet is different nowadays, technology and so on. That's not a lie. That's true. But again, that doesn't give you right to do it in that way, and to sell people's data and so on, and remove their privacy and so on. But again, they try to explain it like it's always about you. We're helping you. Your security and privacy on the internet are fundamental and not optional and so on. So it's always about you, how they help you, and again try to connect that story to other companies. We saw that with PowerSchool data breach incident, Epic Games privacy policy, Epic Games end users agreement. It's always like, oh, we're helping you, your data is safe. But on the other side, we can see that it's not always like that in practice. So they have issued this terms of use and privacy notice update, and people and gave links to that. We will see that in a second. And people actually try to read those, because you have to read that to understand what they are asking from you and what they are giving to you as a service. And that's where we are facing the second problem, as you can see here, and you can read it on your own. But the problem here, which was addressed in terms of use, that's what they have created on February the 26th. One of the issues, there are more than one, but again, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible, so we're going to address only the biggest problems. This sentence here, you give Mozilla certain rights and permissions. So when you upload or input information through Firefox, and there you should stop already there. When you upload or input information through Firefox, so upload information through Firefox, that could be image, that could be like I'm sending some image through email, or uploading it on some web page, my web page, or some Instagram, or some whatever other place, or upload the video. So the video which I'm making now, I will upload it on the YouTube. So that's all covered through it. You can say they didn't think about that. You don't know that. You cannot prove me that. It's when you upload through Firefox. So everything you upload, it can be my, I don't know, some kind of invention I made in my I don't know, some software or application, or some book I have created and so on, or input information. Again, input information can be anything. When I type my mail, that's input information, that's text, letters and words. When I input username and password for any kind of subscription or mail or whatever, that's also input information and so on. So all of those informations, which are actually, as we just explained, endless information, everything you upload or input. What else is there on the internet which I can provide to internet? I can either input it or upload it. That could be image, video, text, voice. That's actually all you create. So you grant us non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide license. Again, non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide license to use that information. No, and that's again where you should stop. No, I'm not giving you any kind of license, not worldwide, not any, not royalty-free or non-exclusive. No, I don't need to do that. I don't want to do that. Why would I give you something like that? But they again try to explain it like to help you navigate, experience, and interact with online content as you indicate with your use of Firefox. So it's all about they're trying to help you to navigate, experience. No thanks. So people actually get mad about this. With all due respect, it's normal to be pissed off, and that's what they put here on this statement, this paragraph, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th from the top in terms of use, Firefox terms of use. So 4th if you don't count this one, Firefox terms of use. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So, but because people got angry, they created another blog post. So on February 26th, they created terms of use, but on February 28th, they created update on terms of use, and this is it. And it's also funny, and I'm already talking too much, but yeah, 20 minutes, okay. But it's funny, first of all, as you, if you understood me, how their terms of use were only 2 days uploaded for 2 days, and they needed to change it because people got mad. Again, that's so fun, and shows how yeah, you can say that it's cool because they have changed it, but they didn't change it in a complete way and the right way. So we will see that here, but it's funny to read all of those because again, it's the way they try to prove it. It's so funny on so many levels. Because okay, so on Wednesday we shared we're introducing new terms of use and privacy notice, but we've been listening to since then we've been listening to some of our community's concerns. That means people got angry, and especially about licensing, and our intent was just to be clear, okay, right? But we also created some confusion and concern. It's not about confusion, it's more about concern, and people got angry. So this is very funny for me. With that in mind, we're updating the language. So read this again. With that in mind, we're updating the language. They don't say we're updating the terms of service. We're going to change this, and they've changed it because we made a mistake. And that's what I was talking about when I was talking about other companies here, like Facebook now, or Meta, getting sued for using torrenting terabytes of ebooks. They never say, okay, you got us, you got us, we stole the books, we are thieves, and so on. No, it's always, okay, it's some kind of confusion, so we understand it, and so it's never their fault. So they never admit error, and so on. So they're just updating the language. So what does this mean, updating the language? You're updating the terms of service. You cannot update the language. Which language are you updating? English language, French, German, or what? So, but it's so funny. So they're not saying that we're updating the contract. We're updating our legal terms of service. No, we're updating the language. And there they go again. Here's what the new language will say. What's the new language? I mean, you have the terms of use. So they have changed the language, and they have changed actually even the terms of service. Yeah, not only the language, but the terms of service. And now this statement here, they have removed some of those words which are problematic, obviously. So, but not all, and not again in the right way. So they're just trying to mask it again. Again, you give them Mozilla the rights necessary to operate Firefox. Okay, that makes sense. some kind of rights on my computer to install the program and browser and so on, but processing your data as we describe in the Firefox privacy notice. So you have to read all the Firefox privacy notice to understand how they process your data. And again, they're not giving up. It also includes non-exclusive royalty-free worldwide license for the purpose of doing as you request with the content you input. I'm requesting you not to do anything with it and not to even ask me that. But no, they don't give up. So they will put some kind of checkbox, which is again unchecked probably by default, and they sell your data by default and take your data and process it. But now we can give you the right to request to do with what you input in Firefox, to do with that as you want, the purpose for it. So again, they're just a little bit changing the procedure, not the whole point of it. So it's only about the form, not what's behind it. But this does not give Mozilla any ownership in that content. Again, this doesn't make me secure. I don't see here you're not going to sell my data, anything I input. I know you're not ownership of the content which I input in Firefox and on internet. I'm the ownership of it. I have the ownership. I'm the owner of it. But why do you don't put here another sentence which will say we are not selling that content? No, they just say something which you already know. So again, it's very funny how only 2 days were needed for them to change their so perfect terms of use and privacy. Okay, so this is another topic which I will address in I think I will end it here, but I will address it on another video, page here, because again, as I just said here, they have linked here and on other couple of other places Firefox privacy notice, and that is this page here. So terms of use is one page. You have to read it, you have to agree on it, and on that page you have a couple of links to other pages, but this is only one thing, terms of use. The other is privacy. So they are connected obviously, but they're not the same, and you have to read all of this and agree, and also lots of links and stuff here. So I'm not going to go into details, don't worry, don't be afraid. Just want to show you how many of those are actually there. So, and we can go through titles just to see how they use your data. How is your data used? To provide you with the Firefox browser, to adapt Firefox to your needs, to provide and improve search functionality, to serve relevant content and advertising on Firefox new tab, to provide Mozilla accounts, to provide AI chatbots, to provide review checker, including serving sponsor content, to provide and enable add-ons, to maintain and improve features, performance and stability, to improve security, to understand usage of Firefox, to market our service, to pseudonymize, de-identify, aggregate, anonymize data, to communicate with you, to comply with the laws, and so on. So you see how many statements, how your data is used. And it's funny how actually security and privacy is somewhere, here below. Even the AI is before it, AI chatbots. So for example, if I don't want to use my data for training other companies' chatbots, I would have to read about it and to remove it and to manage it. So it's not removed and not working by default. By default, they're probably harvesting your data, not opposite. Same with advertising, same with search functionality and so on. I'm not using some kind of Firefox search engine and so on, as much as I know, and I don't want to. So why would I have to give my data for that? So lots of stuff you don't need, but it's there to use your data, and you're not getting paid for it, but they're making money on it. So how long is your data kept? It's also very, very relative. It should not, in general, this doesn't mean anything in general. We do not retain your data for more than 2 years, 25 months, but actual periods may vary. This is the truth, the what is important. It can vary depending on the type of data, why we collected it, and so on. You have the rights, some kind of rights, so you better read those. And you have some kind of choices, and so on. So yeah, and this is also very interesting. What types of data they gather and how they define it. So they not only they need your location from IP address and so on, but there is a precise location with a few feet or meters. Why would anyone need my precise location other than if I'm not, I don't know, a terrorist or Osama bin Laden or whatever. Same with some content here again. When you provide it to us, we may process the data, images, comments, and so on. So it's all very vague. It's all a very lawful basis. This is also interesting on which way. So it's a big page, but again, for all of you who are interested in more details why they use it this way and how they use it, it's there, but no one reads it. Another topic which I wanted to go over but very fast is that other people, other YouTubers also addressed this Firefox terms of service and privacy issues recently, and I will mention just a couple of those. But again, those are really big YouTubers, and some of those are have really good videos about it, much shorter than mine, and also they are big, so I hope they will definitely get the more audience, and the impact would be much bigger. So a mental outlaw, the worst Firefox update ever. He has 700,000 users. Some ordinary gamers, 3 million users. You should stop using Firefox. Switch to Linux, 78,000 users. Firefox, new crazy terms of service. Louis Rossmann, 300,000 euros. Mozilla lost touch with reality. How becoming rich through failure stunt mental and emotional growth. This guy is also great on other issues, and not only privacy and data, but also repair and stuff like that. So it's a great channel. And the last one, which I just saw a few seconds ago, but it was funny because I will talk about that also. This guy talks about Mozilla receiving US aid money. So Landuk Journal, or however it's pronounced, almost 100,000 subscribers. So that was about people who talked about it, and how people in general react, and it's not going to end up good, obviously, for Mozilla. One more thing, one more sentence which we are going to address and talk about is this on, again, Wayback Machine, Mozilla's data privacy frequently asked question. There was one simple and very good, very strong sentence which says, Mozilla doesn't sell data about you, and we don't buy data about you. And this was like February the 6th. February the 6th. It's like a month ago. Mozilla doesn't sell data about you. End of story. You don't need to explain that or go in details if you are, if this is true, if this is what you're doing. I'm not selling data about you. End of story. and that again doesn't mean that they cannot lie or fool users and so on, but again, if they make the statement so clear, you at least know what they are stating, what they are saying. So look how now that simple but strong statement change. It's the same question. It seems like every company in the web is buying and selling my data. You're probably no different. Same topic now on the same page, but 1 month later. It doesn't say Mozilla doesn't sell data about you and then we don't buy data. No, they now say it. Mozilla doesn't sell data about you, but we have something more in those brackets, in the way that most people think about selling. So it's not more, we're not selling data about you, but we're not selling in the way that most people think about selling data. Who are you to know what most people think about selling data? How did you measure that most people think about selling it? But they're obviously doing it now, just not in the way that most of us think. So we're not selling the data the way you think. We're selling the data the way we think. That's crazy. And they're not definition of sale of data because it's broad. And so we had to define it. And that's what it's here on. Just a second. I think here on terms of use, or no, somewhere here there was one big article on selling data. Yeah, if I find it, I will link it anyway. Somewhere here, it must be on, yeah, maybe Firefox. Anyway, the way they're selling, I think it's privacy issues, privacy. In terms of use, privacy notice. Somewhere here. Anyway, so they changed lots of things in their terms of use, in their frequently asked questions, in their privacy data, and so on. So the whole idea here is to decide if you're a user, if you're going to use this anymore or not. Myself, I'm not going to use this. Obviously, I'm going to some other choices. But one more thing which I wanted to show here is that, for example, and that's another topic for maybe probably another video, but we're not going to make it. We're going to talk about it now. About Mozilla and Google connection. We have seen before that they are actually like some kind of competitors. They both make the same product, browser. Chrome is much stronger than Firefox. Firefox only 2%, Chrome 66%, but somehow they work together in terms of that Mozilla signs 3-year Google search deal for Firefox. So in return for Google being the default search engine in Firefox, Mozilla is expected to bank $400 million a year. So Google pays $400 million a year for Mozilla to put Google here, Google bar, Google search engine as their first choice on their page. So you see, I use Firefox, I click new tab, and here is my Google search. So there is no some kind of Firefox Mozilla search engine search bar. No, there is Google, and they get $400 million a year. But if I use this Google search engine and search for something and put some information in it, where that all of that data goes, because I'm using the Google search engine, is it going into Google database, Chrome database, and how they then use my privacy, my data, my information, and so on. So you see how it's all connected and all fake, we can say, more or less like that, and how although they are competing and they're fighting for the market share, they're somehow working together hand by hand, and smaller player getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars by the bigger player in the same industry and the same product. But okay, so they explained that, right? So how do we make money? We're founded as a community open source in 1998, mission driven. They explain everything, but just saying the biggest money and so on. How do you get it? Or also, like this guy said here, USAID money and so on. So long story short, again, this was about finances and how all of those companies are more or less the same, or they work by the same agenda and aims and goals and so on. Another topics which I would like to address, but I will do that in next video, is okay, these guys, Mozilla and Firefox, they're obviously getting crazy with privacy issues and stuff like that, terms of use. I'm not going to use them anymore. Where to go next? So there are a couple of options, again, not from big players only, but smaller and more privacy concerned. Brave is one of those. I have used that before. I will install it again. I have installed a few days ago. I have installed some kind of Wolf, LibreWolf or something like that, which is also based on same engine like Firefox, but it doesn't have where they are those terms of use and update of terms of use and privacy and so on. So I will talk about a couple of different browsers like that. I think another one is like some kind of Ladybug or something like that. We'll find that one too. So there are alternatives, but again, unfortunately for Firefox and Mozilla, it's probably over. I think their market share and percentages will only go lower from this day and in the future. But as you can see here, this my current web browser is Firefox, again, just until I transfer to another one as soon as possible. But why I have used it, one of the simplest choices is because I have tons of web pages, tons of tabs opened. That's how I work, and it's not very smart, but most of the time, for example, I have some kind of supermarket here, Lidl, open to check the prices on some stuff and so on. So I open the pages and don't close them right away, because I search for lots of stuff and interested in lots of stuff. And for example, when I want to turn off my Firefox, it says it's almost 2,000 tabs, and I have much more than that. I think 5 or even 7,000 tabs in some previous sessions, which again, it's not normal and not good. I do not recommend it, but my Firefox doesn't crash and it saves all of those pages for me. And again, I have used it a long time ago. I didn't like the Google and Chrome, never in terms of big company and stuff like that also, but it's mostly as an old habit, good performances and stuff like that. But these things, in terms of service and stuff like that, and privacy, will make me to deinstall and delete, erase the Firefox, unfortunately, and go to some other place. That's it for this video. Sorry for talking this much, but I guess this is important topic, and see you in next one. Bye for now.